familiar with the UK entertainment scene, we've had all types of interesting characters spawn over the years, such as the gassed up Lighties and African Child. But there's one man you can consider a man of faith, a man of integrity, a man that will lead the next generation of youth to salvation. And that is our beloved pastor and prolific fraudster, Toby Adebayogo Yogo. Let's just go with Pastor Toby. Yeah, I butchered that name. Pastor Toby, let's just call him Pastor Toby, who is the founder of SPAC Nation, now known as Nixon Family, and is allegedly related to John Boyoga. Yes, that John Boyoga. Pastor Toby is what you'd call a televangelist, which is basically religious leaders that use several different platforms to advertise their religion, especially Christianity, who are known to be quite controversial anyway.
I'm not gay no more. I am delivered.
Anyways, I want to give a little heads up because a lot of this information I'm saying is from his Wikipedia page, which seems like the most reliable source. I know it's Wikipedia, but yeah. So take anything in this video with a grain of salt because, you know, this guy is a scammer anyway, so yeah, let's continue. Born in Nigeria, he moved to the UK in 2005, where he worked as a kitchen porter and shared the room with John Boyoga. But if you do the maths, that would have made John Boyoga around 13 years old. So unless he lived with his parents alongside John Boyoga, I highly doubt that. But yeah, who knows. He started the SPAC Nation Church in 2008, which was based in Croydon at the time. The church's supposedly main aim was to drive wayward youth from the streets. But he got his first major recognition in 2019. In a BBC Three documentary called Escaping Gangs, that it featured young Diz himself.
The gun even jammed when I shot, so I aimed at his mum instead. You know.
Yeah, he was shortly arrested after this documentary, but I digress. Anywho, the documentary itself was about how they convinced the youth to join the church. And they did this by using luxury brands and sports cars because apparently that's the only way to attract the youth today.
It inspires. That's what selling drugs for. That's why they're killing themselves. I've got to be able to attract them in order to pass my message across to them.
Which I mean, I understand, but didn't Jesus teach about being humble and stuff like that? Another red flag of the church is that you needed to loan money to the church to start your own business, which was kind of weird. You see, Pastor Toby prides himself on being a businessman. And what do all successful businessmen have in common? And that is having a silver tongue.
Tell them to bring me my money.
You see, this skill can come in handy whenever you're trying to persuade people into buying anything you're trying to sell. So the perfect archetype for this stuff would be to set up a church where people are looking for guidance and redemption on their past transgressions. And if we ask vulnerable people who are probably going through really hard times right now to give us their money because the Holy Lord demands you to sacrifice, they will be rewarded in the end. Is that really a bad thing? You can see why young people find this messaging convincing, especially when you see other young people driving nice cars with nice clothes that the church has given them, whilst you're struggling on a day-to-day basis. Another thing the church uses to appeal to the younger crowd is drill music.
Skill cleaned up with a mop, I'm feeling like rods. How I dish this mill, still swerve on up with a word of God, still do it how I did it with deals. Just done a clean sweep with Musa, trying to catch fish, I ain't talking about tuna.
The group known as Hope Dealers, yes, that's really their name, was founded by members of SPAC Nation and endorsed by Pastor Toby himself. This caused waves all over social media because a bunch of guys in balaclavas and displaying the Bible as if it was a gun in church services is the least thing to say that is not a bit controversial. I mean, look, they even got a song called Ballys and Bibles.
Bodies and Bible, subject to the power of God, we're trying to fund revival.
Yes, I know Christian rap has been a thing since forever now, but I think all these other things are a bit excessive to put it lightly. One of their main rappers was called TK Mad Max. He was part of the song called Trap Mash that was a viral sensation, and not gonna lie, the song was actually quite good. But eventually TK would fall out with SPAC Nation and other members of the Hope Dealers for nefarious reasons. You know what, I'll let the man speak for himself.
2,000 women following him after he finessed a lot of people, made people take out loans. Everyone in their congregation is in debt. So it's definitely not the winning side though. But it's like they can't see, they're blind. See, when you're there, bruv, it's like you're hypnotized.
This matches up with other people's testimonies as well. Even a whole documentary by BBBC Panorama, which the original has mysteriously been deleted off YouTube for some unknown reason, but they still have re-uploads on YouTube, so you can still watch the documentary. It essentially interviews former members of SPAC Nation, exposing how corrupt the church truly is. There are other YouTube channels that do such a good job at exposing SPAC Nation, such as The Exposer and Little Black Book 91. You should definitely check them out. Some of the crimes the church is being accused of is fraud, sexual abuse and intimidation, amongst many more. Is anyone really surprised of these allegations? Because Pastor Toby showboating about his material items, anyone should have been able to second guess this.
You guys actually like vanity. You love it. You press those views like, okay, so I'm angry now. It's Fendi week. Yeah? It's going to be Fendi. Offending people with Fendi. Come on, man. I'm just joking, man. Knock that off, man. Stop getting angry, man.
Oh yeah. Also, he may be facing deportation because of some of the charges relating to these crimes. But who knows how this is all going to unravel.